Ang pagpapala ng dakilang manlilikha ay sumaating lahat sa araw na ito. Welcome, this is the Bravo Filipino program over DZFE 98.7 FM, The Master's Touch. And we highlight the genius of the Filipino musical artist. But for today, we have a special guest, and he has been called the poetic and pianistic wonder. He has been called also the Israeli piano prodigy, a performer with a masterful tonal command and a romantic soul. His name is Victor Goldberg, and welcome to DZFE.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here with you.
Okay. Well, Mr. Goldberg has performed last week in a special concert at the Film Life Auditorium, and I understand that your concert recital was received very warmly by the concert goers of Metro Manila. Your thoughts on making Manila a regular stopover for your musical tour?
Well, to be honest, I'm really honored and amazed with the warm welcome that I got from the audience.
Yes.
And in general from the Filipino people. It was very moving. I got several standing ovations. And
that's the best part, huh?
yes. In general, I feel that the spirit and the soul of the people make me feel really welcome here and feel that I should give more to the audience, to the people. This is basically the reason that I play music, to communicate with people, to communicate through my music, and it is especially in the new country where I meet new people, new audiences, new culture. It is particularly fascinating for me.
Among your many awards is this Vladimir Horowitz competition award, and well, I guess that somehow precedes you, and very many people are impressed with hearing the word Vladimir Horowitz, because of the appreciation of great piano music has been identified with that artist.
Right.
Does that kind of association put a pressure on you when you're performing?
Well, I can share with you a little secret that in fact I am a distant relative
of
Vladimir Horowitz. So only this puts some special responsibility on me to somewhat stand up to the standard. But in terms of the reputation, you're right. Many times in many places where I perform, and of course this is my first tour in Asia, so I have already been to some countries, to China, Myanmar, Thailand, now Philippines. Wherever I go, the most important thing for me is to really perform to the highest standard, and when you perform, you really forget about anything other than music. And the only thing that I'm really concerned about is how to deliver, how to communicate with the people. So the pressure that I feel is really more a responsibility and not pressure. I feel that every artist has responsibility because people look up to you and expect something spiritual, something special, something healing, something to let them transport them to a different world,
different realm of
yes. So that's why for me I don't really think about which award I won. I concentrate on the music that I play. I try to perform it to the highest level, to express myself through the music, to express composers' intentions through the music.
Yes.
And usually it works very well, and I connect to the audience.
Yes. Okay, let's hear a recording that you did. I understand these are all live recordings in different cities. I think Chicago and New York, no?
Chicago, New York,
Okay.
Tel Aviv,
And Tel Aviv.
Boston, there are, but they are all live recordings.
Tell us something about this recording, about Scarlatti's Sonata.
Well, it was recorded in Boston as part of my Boston debut just this last year. It was I won just recently the Pro Musicis International Award, and they presented me in my Boston debut. This was my opening piece, and it's of course a very special occasion for me. Scarlatti, if you were talking about Horowitz and Horowitz competition, of course Horowitz was one of the greatest performers, greatest interpreters of Scarlatti. He loved to perform, especially toward the end of his life. He loved to perform Scarlatti, and he did it in a very special way. Of course, to live up to his standards is not easy, but I think I'm performing it very differently, and I let the audience judge.
Okay, let's have that music now. That was the recording of our featured artist today, Victor Goldberg, of Scarlatti's Sonata in E major K 380, a live recording. Your musical journey has taken you to really top-notch schools. It's mentioned here you came from the Rubin Academy. Is that how you say it?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
the
part of the
Juilliard?
Tel Aviv University.
Tel Aviv, okay. And then the Juilliard, of course, is well known here. The Peabody Institute of John Hopkins and the Manhattan School of Music. And I'm sure every school has a different climate, musical climate. Tell us something about that.
Of course, every school is different, but to be honest, for a pianist, particularly, the most important thing is a teacher. The teacher, the big goal is not to have a teacher, but to have a mentor. You see, somebody who would guide you and who would inspire you. I was very lucky to have really great teachers. I had two teachers in Tel Aviv. One was Mark Shaviner and the other was Alexander Volkov, the head of the piano department at Tel Aviv University. And both of them come from the Russian school. In fact, I'm the Israeli pianist, but I was born in Russia. So I have some Russian roots as well. And I think Russian school is one of the most prominent schools in piano playing. And this is where I got acquainted with this great piano tradition. And then I continued. I went to New York to study with Jerome Lowenthal at Juilliard. Of course, Juilliard is perhaps the world's top school. I did my master's there. And Jerome Lowenthal is a former student of famed French pianist Cortot. There, I really felt that from artistic point of view, I'm opening up. I continued to Manhattan School, where I had an absolutely great teacher, Constance Keane. She has already unfortunately passed away, but she was from the generation of Horowitz again, of Rubinstein, of Rachmaninoff, and she knew all of them personally. Was a close friend. And I feel that through her, I also got this great tradition of piano playing. And at Peabody Conservatory of Johns Hopkins University, I also studied with a Russian teacher, Alexander Starkman, winner of Busoni and Clyburn competitions. So I feel I was very lucky to get the best education. But what I would like to say that really the best teacher always for any artist is he himself. You cannot rely on teachers to tell you everything. Teachers are more mentors. Really, to get to the secrets of the arts, you have to do it yourself. And many top performers, this is what they said. The guitarist Segovia, for example, said, "I am my own teacher." And I feel it is true for every artist.
We started the program with some of the glowing reviews. And, well, I will add some more. There was a statement in one New York music review wherein it was mentioned that Victor Goldberg is an excellent pianist with a formidable technique, a powerful tone, and a romantic soul. Does that really describe your playing? What do you think?
Perhaps, yes, it's a very high compliment. But music is really about emotional communication. So romantic soul is not just a nice phrase. It's really, it describes that you have this some kind of charisma or stage presence, that you can communicate with people. Because sometimes performers sound very good when they are alone by themselves, but at the end of the day, they need to perform for the audience. This is the most important thing. But of course, in order to achieve this, you need the technique. And technique is not just how fast you can play or how loud you can sound. Technique is really to have the means to deliver the emotions, to have the means to deliver the sound that you want. And in this way, the soft music, which is considered very, sometimes not very difficult, can be the most difficult one.